In this current video, I want to show you how to draw an architectural design of a two suspended floor semi-detached building. Semi-detached building is one of the popular buildings you'll find in Africa. So the first thing remember to do when we want to do an upstairs, if you're following this channel very well, we click on Ctrl 7. Ctrl 7 help us with the story settings, help us to set our proposed height of elevations or height to the next floor. Now for the ground floor plan, our proposed height is 3000. When we add the proposed slab, which is proposed decking, we'll add 150 to the 3000, which is this 3150 means that from the height of the room is 3000 plus 150, which is the height of the decking or the height of the slab, whatever you call it in your area, or the height of the floor. Since it is two-story building, which is two suspended floors, we're going to do the same thing here, 3150. Now this first 150 is the slab or the decking of the first floor. Then this other 3150 is the slab or the decking of the second floor. So why this is now the last floor, which is the two-story building, it will not have 150 because there is no decking, there is no slab. Then you click OK. Then the next thing we want to do now is to go start with our wall settings. Want to start placing walls, we have to go with wall settings. Just follow the same process, the same step, whatever Archicad version you're going to use. Either you're using an older version or you're using a newer version. It's just almost the same steps. So just make your wall height to be 3000 because remember in our story settings we made our wall height to be 3000 while our decking the 150. So the height of our wall is 3000, not 3150. So our aim here is to subtract 150 from this. Remember, that is our aim here, to subtract 150 from this. So how are we going to do it? So we're now going to add minus 150. Again, just use your hyphen key. Minus hyphen is the same thing as minus in Archicad. So just click minus 150. So it now subtracts. This Archicad is proposing here that your height of wall is 3150. This is just a default setting of Archicad. Are you getting me? So if you're using an older version like at 16 or so, Archicad will propose for you a height of 2008. You're the one that will now increase it from 28 to 3000. But I'm using a newer version like from 1920 upwards. This current version used for this video is 22. Archicad is proposing for me as 3150. So to propose to fit in the height I want to, which is 3000, I'm going to subtract 150 from that 3150 to give me 3000. So now the height of my wall is going to be 3000. Then the next thing I do after fixing my wall height is to come over here on the structure of the wall. Basic, composite, or complex profile. I will change it to what? Basic. I'm going to make use of basic wall, which is the frequently found walls around us. Then this is now the width of the wall. Different countries make use of different wall sizes, so you can choose to use the wall sizes that suits you. So I'm going to make use of 2 to 5 thickness of wall. Then I'll make sure that this is on straight. It's not a slanted or double slanted wall. Then after doing this, then I'll move over to my reference line. My reference line means that I want my reference point to be at the outer surface, the inner center surface, or the inside surface. One of the major things that this particular reference line works for is in your gridding of your wall. If you don't know about gridding, I'm saying you're not very much familiar with construction, especially setting out. So in gridding of the wall, this is where you see A, B, C, D on different walls. You see a line crossing different walls and they have labels, either A, B, C, D on the vertical and 1, 2, 3 on the horizontal, or vice versa. This is where the reference line works. So I love putting my reference line on the center because my locality will make use of grids on the center. This reference line will help you to place your grid very fast on where you want it to be. So anywhere you want your grid, if you are gridding your walls, especially for working drawings, we grid our walls for working drawings. So if you are gridding your walls for working drawings at the outer surface of the wall, just put your reference line at the outside face. But if you are grading your walls at the center surface of the wall, put your grid lines on the center, or put a reference line at the center. Or if you are grading your wall at the inner face of the wall, put your reference line at the inner face. It will help you very fast to grid your wall and grid it accurately. But in most cases, or in most popular cases, even around the world, most people grid on the center. So I'm going to make it of center. Then this is the most basic settings you need to get your work started, which is geometric and positioning. Geometry and positioning settings. Then this is the floor plan section. This is where you choose to change the color of your floor plan, you choose to change the way your walls are represented. And remember, this particular one does not affect your wall at all. It just only make effect on your floor plan representation, how your wall is being represented in the floor plan. Then come to model. Model affects your exterior views of your wall. The exterior view, which means the surface colors and other things. Then to add color or materials to your wall, you can click all this. This is for higher versions of Archicad. Once you highlight all this, you are now free to change the color. So right now I'm going to make use of a single color for all of them. Then later I make use of brick white material for all surfaces of my walls at the beginning of my design. Once I'm done designing or done modeling, then I'll now change some colors. I'll now choose to paint somewhere or paint some areas of the wall. So that is all I do here. Then I click OK. Then I start my modeling proper. So from the reference drawing which we are making use of, we'll start with our left hand side of the flat, then move over to the right hand side, and that is all. Then from the right hand side, we have a bedroom here, which is 3,900 by 3,300. Now the first thing I usually do is to draw a vertical line and a horizontal line. You can see how my wall is being represented. It's just my choice. They are all the same thing. So you can choose to change yours if you don't like this. If you want to learn how to change it more frequently, you can go back to our previous videos of wall and wall settings. Then you saw what I did. I drew a vertical line and an horizontal line. This is how I start my drawings. I only create new walls. Just see what I do again. I've clicked on wall, I've clicked OK to the settings. Now this is the wall settings. I draw a vertical line and I draw a horizontal line. If you watch me from now henceforth to the end of this drawing, I will not draw another wall. I will not draw another wall. I will only make use of this vertical and this horizontal wall. This helps so well to avoid mistakes. It helps so well to be very fast. It helps so well to be very creative. It helps so well to obtain accuracy with speed and lots more. Once you just draw a vertical line and a horizontal line, that is all. In placing any walls, all you just need to do is just have a vertical and a horizontal wall. So I'm going to make use of this vertical and horizontal wall and duplicate it to place my walls on every area I need in the house. So after doing that, then I have right here 3,300. Control Shift D, which is to duplicate a wall. If you don't know your Archicad shortkeys, go back to our former previous videos on all Archicad shortkeys. We have over 60 of them. Learn them and they're very important. It helps you in accuracy, in speed, in proficiency, and lots more. So we have 3,300. So these are all Archicad shortkeys. Those are all Archicad shortkeys. Helps you. So 3,300. Remember, we are following our dimensions here, but if you measure it, it will be less than 3,300. It will be 3,075. Why? Because this wall has a thickness. So whenever we create any wall, we'll add the thickness just by simply moving it from this edge to the next edge. So if you measure it now, you're going to have 3,300. So whenever we create a wall or whenever we move a wall, duplicate a wall, we'll always add the thickness. So let's make use of this. Let's do this one now, which is 3,900. Ensure it's always straight, which is the angles are 0 or 90, depending on the direction you are drawing it. Here it's at 90, here it should be at 0. So 3,900. Then what I'm going to do now is to add the thickness by Control D. Control D means just move or drag. That is it. So I've done this bedroom. Then let's move over to this kitchen, which is 2,000 in width. So we have 2,000. We'll add the thickness. Then we have a veranda, which is 2,000 also. You can see the dimension at the dining area, which is 2,000. Which ends, that is the end of the flat of that apartment. So we have bedroom, kitchen, and dining. You can do a veranda. The veranda is 1,200 in width. Then we'll add the thickness. Then we trim all walls we don't need using Control key. So that is it. So from the dining has a width of 3,300. Control Shift D. 3,300. So we trim this also. So this is the width of the dining. So this wall extends to this wall right here. Now this one is trimmed off. Now there is no middle one here. So we're going to draw the one of the main lounge now, which is the parlor or whatever you call it, or sitting room. Control Shift D. We have 4125, 4125. Then we'll add the thickness of the wall. So we've gotten the main lounge. Then we'll also have the entrance porch and other. So the entrance porch is 1,500. We're taking the reference from the WC. So 1,500. 1,500. We're going to add the thickness. Alright, so right now we can trim all this. Now this WC also is inside this launch, which is 1,200. 1,200. So we add this. So what is left now is this bedroom and some toilet and bathroom. So if we make reference from this wall right here, we have a of 3,300. So we add the thickness. If we observe this wall, the wall of the bedroom at this side ends at where the window ends, or where the window start at where the window ends. So we're going to make the window is 600 because it's a toilet window. The width is 600, so we'll add 600. Then add the thickness. So this is where the window ends. So this is the wall of the apartment. So I'm going to trim all this. Then this joins over to here. Now trim this also. Alright, so we're making progress. Now the width of this is 3,600. Rather the length 3,600. Then we'll add the thickness of the wall. Then we have 2 bedroom left, which is 1,212. Control Shift D. We have 1,200. We'll add the thickness again. This is 1,2, correct, and this is 1,2. Length of this bedroom, those 2 toilet and bedroom, is 2,075. So we have 2,075. So add the thickness of the wall. All right, so that is it. So we'll trim this. We'll trim this. So if you observe, we are done. We are done creating the walls of this apartment. So if you can observe very well, everything is correct. So right now we start placing the dimensions, the text, and everything. So for then, let's place doors and windows first. So when we double click on doors, we'll do the same thing as we did for window, the doors and window settings, the wall and window settings, everything. So we'll do the settings for doors. Let's place single doors first, which is, I've clicked on this, which are hinge doors. You can see different type of doors we have. So I'm going to make it of hinge doors first, of 900 by 2100. Then seal to story level should be 0. I was making it of 0. Then we check on door leaf. We look for a door design that is suitable and good for our work. So we can pick any door design that suits us. So let's just pick anyone as quick as possible. So you can choose anyone of your choice. Choose anyone of your choice. That's all your choice. So let me just pick one from the top. I'm making it of style 26. You can choose any of them. They're all your choice. Then you can also check your handles. Pick any handle that you like to use. Handle 6. Alright, so you can go next for other settings. Everything is uniform. If you have ventilation, you can click that. Then I've already selected this to be this. Yeah, our lift type to be type 6 already. So let's move next. I already set our handle to be 6, so you can actually change the height of your handle, but this particular height are okay for us. Then we'll leave all this like this. Then we can choose to remove this line that you can see here. Watch right here. There's a line showing here, showing you the direction of your wall. And this line, direction of the opening. So if you choose to remove it in your design, you can click on this 3D projection, override model view option, and unclick this opening line. It removes the line. So that is just for your choice. Then you can go next, and this particular part choose to be your color, the color of your door, what material color do you want to use for your door. And this particular one is already wood pine green materials, are all wood pine materials. So you can choose to change them or use any other type you choose to use. So they're all your choice. So I'm going to leave mine as wood pine green horizontal. Those are all these particular, all materials for my door are wood pine green horizontal. I'm going to leave them like that. Then for my glass, I can maybe choose to change it to maybe glass lamp. So the handle of your metal, which is the handle of the door, the handle, you can choose to change it to different material, but I'll leave this like this. Then after that, I click OK, and I start placing my doors of 900 by 21. So doors of 900 by 21 will be my bedroom, kitchen. The only place door of 921 will not be is just my toilet and my entrance door. So my toilet and entrance door will not have doors of 900 by 21. So I'm going to place the first one right here. So place another one right here. You can confirm from the reference drawing we are using. Alright, so we are done with doors of 900 by 21. Then we also have doors of 750 by 21, which is going to place in our toilet, and WC. So just change this width right here to 750 instead of you going back to the setting. Then we can just add them now. The toilet / bedroom and the WC. So if you observe, these particular doors are kind of half slanted. If you want to change yours, you can do that by just doing this, which is if you want to make your door a bit slanted, just like the reference drawing, just slant it a bit to 45 degrees. So that it you have made your doors slanted just like this. If you want to duplicate it, click on your alternate key, then go to the only door of that same size, click on Control Alternate. We already taught you these shortkeys already in our former video, so do the same thing but in this particular one. If you want to make your door a little slanted, then click on alternate key, then Control Alternate, which is inject, pick and inject. So we inject this, transfer all options, transfer all settings. So you see you have made your door just the same thing as your reference drawing. Is all your change. This particular one does not affect your door, how it's being represented in your 3D. No, it really affects how you want it to be in your floor plan. You just like maybe putting a little bit of aesthetics in your work, your choice, or making it a little bit unique. But all the same are just the same thing. The former one and this particular one are just the same thing. They're all representing doors, and they also do not affect the way your doors are being presented in the 3D. So right now we can choose to add windows, or rather let's move to the last door we have not added, which is the entrance door. So we double click, go back to the settings and look for a double door. So observe our entrance door has double door, so we can look for a double door. You can see one here, you can see another one here. These are all double doors, just double doors. They don't have side lights. This particular one has side light. So click a double door. We'll make the width we want to. It's okay. Then the height remains the same, which is 2:1. Then you can choose the same setting which you have used in other one, which is style 26. Select handle 6. You can choose to change yours. Nothing is fixed. Remember, nothing is fixed in your design. It's just your choice. In architectural design, nothing is fixed. It's just how you want to represent yours, you represent it. In architectural design, nothing is fixed. Just play along and do what you want to do. So I'll remove the opening line. Then I'll leave the material just like this. Then I'll click OK. Then place the door right here. So I'll now slant it a bit to 45 degrees. I'll repeat the same thing here. You might choose to lap it at this wall right here. Just your choice. Alright, so right now I've placed all the doors in the design. So right now let's place the windows. Let's place the windows. You might be asking me why didn't I complete the entire design before I start? Just keep observing. Semi-detached buildings means that each flat have the same, or each apartment have the same settings, have the same space, the same arrangement. And if they're even in story buildings, if they're having multiple floors, just like this one we want to design right now, it means that they all have the same settings, which means my ground floor plan is a typical of my upper floor plan. My first floor plan is typical of my second floor plan. That's just how it is. So we'll move over to the window. So double click on window. You pick any window we want. So let's place the windows first on the toilet area. So select a particular window like this, which just have only one leaf. Then window on this part will have 600 by 600. Then you're going to go up to from the ground level of 1.5. So because the height of the window is 2001, just like the door. Height of door is 21, height of window should be 21, so that they will share the same lintel. Though it's not fixed. It's not a must that your doors and windows should have the same height, should have the same top height. But in most cases, they do have the same top height, especially in this particular design. No, it's for commercial purposes, so you don't want your client spending money on different heights of buildings. It's just for you to be able to change your building properly. So it's best if they have the same top height, which is 2-1. Just like I've done for the doors, the height of the doors is 2-1. So we want the same beam or the same lintel, anyone you call it, to have this to run at the same time, to run at the same place. So the height from the ground level will now be 2-1, which is when you add the 515 to the 600, you give it 2-1. So move that to the next. Make it uniform here. You can choose to make it uniform, or anyone you choose, just choose to be no grid. You want to add grids, you want to add maybe lines to your glass, you want to add grids to your glass, but I will choose it to be no grid. They are all your choice. So anything you want to do is your choice. Remember, nothing is fixed. You can choose natural ventilation too. Then you can remove your opening line. Still your choice. Then this particular material, now change this my wood pine grain horizontal to maybe white color or so. Let me make use of white. I won't change it to wood pine grain vertical. It's still different from this particular one. So, but let me just change it to wood paint one, which is white in color. So just your choice. So if paint one is not here, I can make use of any other whitish or white related material. I think we are going to get one here, which is paint titanium white. Let me change it to this. So I'm changing on my sash and frame of the window to paint titanium white. Then the glass, I can choose it to be glass lamp, just like the one for the door. So that is it. I'll click OK, and I place my windows on the WC and on the toilet area. So place one right here. So it's wrongly placed. Remember, when you're placing your window, that particular aspect will be outside. So remember, it will be outside. So this is how you're going to place your window. So you can choose it to lap on the wall. Control D. Alright, done. So move over to this particular one. Wrongly placed, correct. So we can choose it to lap on the wall. Control Shift D. You can actually see what you have done so far in Show in 3D. You can see what you have done. So you can see. So this is what you have done so far. Move back to our window setting. Then we'll select a window, maybe double sash window. We'll make the window to be 1000 by 12. This is okay. Then this C height is going to be 900, because 12 plus 900 will give us 21, which is our targeted top height of the window. Then move next. All right, we'll keep on moving next. So uniform frame width. We don't want any grid on the window. Let's on the natural ventilation. Then we'll move the wall, the opening line. Then we'll make our colors to be white, which is the frame, all the frame material and the sash materials to be white. Then our glass to be glass lamp. We're going to also on the casing. Casing should be outside the window. to be white too. Alright, so click OK. So place our first window right here. So you can see what I've done so far. Alright, so after placing this window, we can now duplicate it to other areas. Remember, just pick and inject, just place one here. Now in place, you can choose to place it in the center by just clicking on it. After placing the window, click on it, bring it to this edge. Then Ctrl D again, move it to the next edge. Then you know the distance, which is 26. 26 divided by 3 is 13. So it will be at the center now. Move on to the next one. This one is already having an edge to edge. So this middle line showing there is telling you the center of that wall. So you can place a window at the center right there. So particular one, I have to walk through that same process of bringing to this edge to place it at the center of both walls. Then move again, Ctrl D to the next edge. 29 divided by 2 is 1450. Is now at the center. Then we'll have one right here at this dining. So we can make it of this center to center wall. The particular window is so. You can set one right here. And there's another one right here. So we can make it to center. Bring one here. That is 300. Alright, so we have one also in the kitchen here. So just place the window, Ctrl D, Ctrl D, 500. So that is it. We have placed all the windows. So right now what we want to do next is to just place our window openings. Window openings are arches. Let me use the word arches. They're also called arches in the construction firm or construction industry. Arches are openings in your design. They are openings in your design. So we can come to window. Then we'll see empty window opening. So you can see what I mean by window opening. So we have them in the entrance here and the entrance here. We also have one thing within the main lounge and dining. Those arches, they are curved. They can be curved, elliptical, gothic, even rectangular arch. So, but I'm going to make it of like rectangular arch, just a simple one for this particular design. You can choose to change yours to any type you want, any type you want. So I'm just going to leave it at 1000 width because it can be adjustable, it can be stretched or compressed. So but the height I'll make it to be 21 and start from 0 because it starts from the ground. So I will click OK. Now I'll place one here. So I can place at any direction you want. So you can duplicate it here and place here. Remember, this particular line actually used to be using hidden details, so you can choose to change it in your settings, in your default setting, which is your floor plan section settings. You can place another one right here. Then we'll have one in the entrance porch. Alright, so this is how it's meant to be. So I've placed all the doors, windows, and walls. So let's see it in 3D. So you can see the arch. Wonderful. So you can see that the beauty of the design is already coming out. So this is just one flat of the semi-detached. So the next phase we're going to go now is to place tests and maybe dimensions. But let's start with the first one, dimensions. Once you double click on dimensions, you can see the dimensions settings 2 pops out. So we're not going to make use of cumulative or baseline dimension, make use of linear dimension. So the first one is alright. Now marker type, you can choose any marker type you choose to use, but this particular one is already alright. So witness line, we're going to make use of custom. Let's custom our witness line. Then your font type you choose to use, you can choose any font type you choose to. They are all your choice. Then you can increase your font thickness if you wish to, but just know that your font thickness should be bold enough. Your dimension font should be bold enough, because it's the important aspect of your working drawing or your presentation drawing. Your client or the builder, whoever is going to build the house you're going to design, needs to see the dimension you use. So you will not design something without a visible dimension. The dimensioning, the numbers must be visible. Very important. So, and make your marker size to be 3 or whatever, because you're customing it, whatever this thing to be visible. Your arrowhead is okay, so let's click OK and we'll start dimensioning. But before we start dimensioning, we'll come over to options, click on project preference, click on dimensions. Then what we want to do here is to change our dimension unit to millimeter. Most drawings, in fact your architectural drawing, should be presented in millimeters, so change it to millimeters. Then remove every decimal, change the decimal to 0, then hide 0 decimal, then click OK. Since we've already done the dimension settings already, then we'll start clicking or start inserting our dimensions. So right now, to start showing you millimeters, instead of 3.9, it's showing you 3,900. So if you don't do these settings, it will be showing you in 3.9. So you can see it's the same thing with our floor plan we're making reference to. So we'll continue with other dimensions of this house. I remember also, when you are dimensioning, you make sure that you click the edges properly. If you don't click the edges properly, it will give you double dimension dot like this. So you can unclick it or click escape and dimension them properly. Ensure you click the dot correctly, the point or the edges correctly. If not, to dimension the wall for you instead of the edge to edge. So Alright, so right now we've done dimensioning the entire flat or the entire part of this house. So the next thing we're going to do now is to place the tests. So we're going to click on test, double click, then you can change the text style, which is the font, to any font you wish. Just go through it to see different type of fonts you can use. Then you can work on the size to see your choice, any font or any font size that is visible. You can bold it or unbold it, any of them. Then that is just the major ones. So you can click OK. Then start writing our font. Bedroom is there. Also have bedroom down. You can see that my dimensions and my fonts are very visible. So when printed, it will be visible. That is what is very important. That whatever you're doing, it is visible at the site. So one won't get confused or start contacting you again that what you did is not visible. So make sure that your work is professional. By being professional means your work is neat, it is understandable and visible. So there should be a lobby. Alright, right now we are done writing the tests. We are done with the dimensions and the test. We are done with over 90% of this design. So we just have to work at the other part of this design. Now, like we have said from the beginning, that this design is identical at both the left hand side and the right hand side. So we don't need to start creating both left hand side and right hand side together. We just need to create one, and at the end we'll mirror it. We'll create the other one by mirroring this existing one. We already have a design already now in this channel. We have an existing design in this channel already, in which we design a semi-detached bungalow. The difference here is that this is semi-detached story building. This is not a bungalow, it's a story building. It has a stair hall at the middle here. So what we're going to do now is to create the stair hall. So we're going to create the stair hall now. Ctrl Shift D. The stair hall has a width of 2000. Remember, we're going to add the thickness. So right now we have created the stair hall. Right now we will now highlight this flat. After I've highlighted this flat, so you can see we will not highlight this wall. We only highlight every aspect of this flat apart this wall. Then we'll click on Ctrl Shift M. Ctrl Shift M. Ctrl Shift M, which is mirror a copy. So come over to this edge or the down edge, any of them. Once you click on it, it will automatically rotate. I see what it's doing. So that's, you can see that that created a duplicate of this plan. So we'll now drag it, Ctrl D, because this is not where it's meant to be. We'll now move it to this area where it's meant to be. So you can see it has created and the other part automatically. So what we'll now do here is then to join it. That is the stair hall. I need to create the stair hall now. By joining these things together. So you can see how simple it is. So we have created this ground floor plan. You can see we just Ctrl Shift M, which is mirror a copy. Ctrl Shift M. We just mirror this entire design, entire everything, and move over to here. for the aspect of bungalow, we don't need this stair hole. So once we just mirror it, automatically we get what we want. But for this case, which is a story building, after mirroring, we have to drag it to the position where it should be, which is after the stair hole. That is why we must draw the stair hole wall first before we start mirroring, so that we'll know where the other apartment will start from. So after you are done here, you just have to arrange the dimension a bit, because that is only what we get scattered a bit. Just only the dimension wall, just only the dimension line might get scattered. Not all the lines, but few of them will not be arranged as the original. So you just have to arrange them a bit. So you can see them here. They have been shifted. Alright, we are done with the other part of this design automatically. Yeah, we are done. So this is just how it's being done. So right now we can now insert our stairs inside the stair hole. So we'll come over to stair. So we'll double click on staircase, then we'll work on the width, which is 1000. Remember, the width of the staircase is 2000, so the total width. So therefore the stair width, which means a flight, one of the stairs will have 1000. Then the number of risers is okay, 20, and this riser with 158 is okay. Then we'll make sure that the baseline is here. This baseline will be here, so that to help us rotate the staircase evenly. Then we'll click OK. You can just assume to start from here. Then you can do a staircase of 4, 5. So you can adjust this back by 1, 5. We will start from here. We can do a staircase of 4, 2. Make sure that it is straight. 4, 2. We can adjust this back and maybe 1, 8, and offset back. Then you can also use mirror again, Ctrl Shift M to mirror this. Then we'll lap this on this existing one. We'll do a lapping. So by so doing, we have placed our staircase. So this is how it's be done. You can actually zoom your staircase in 3D. You can see your staircase that has been created. You can see what we have done so far. Right now we can now place the wall, or rather the door of the stair hole. There's an entrance door here. We can use our alternate key to pick this. Alternate key, that how I picked that door. Then control. After picking it, you can now lap the door on this area of the hell. You can maybe centralize the door by bringing one edge here, then Ctrl D again, get it to which is 800, so half will be 400. Right now I've centralized the door, and do the same thing at the back also. You can move this to one edge. Ctrl D, move the other one to the next edge. We have 400 also. So also have centralized this door. So this is how we are almost done with this ground floor plan. And also mark you this right here, stair hall, as seen in our reference plan. So what is left? So we can stop here for now. You can see how the progress we have made so far. So it's very visible. I've made the similar process so far. So right now we can then move over to the upper floor plans and other areas of this house. Move over to the upper floor plans. So come over to our ground floor plan. Move over to our upper floor plan. So I'll show you what and how we can do. So right now, to move out to upper floor plan, we just have to copy. I will highlight the entire thing, right click and click on copy. I can bring out this, then click first story. This is only what is showing in the first story. Then we can right click again, click on trace. To now trace what is happening in our ground floor plan. Then can click paste, Ctrl V. Is paste. I can right click and click paste to any of them and see paste here too. So we have placed our ground floor plan in our upper floor plan. What I just did is that I copied what is my ground floor plan to my first floor plan so as to edit it. It's not wise and it's not time efficient if I start creating my upper floor plan from beginning. What I will just do is just to copy what I've created already in my ground floor plan and paste it in my upper floor plan or my first floor plan and do the little corrections or editing that is necessary. You can also see what I've made so far. You can see it. This is now what I've created so far. So this plan and this plan here are identical for now until we make the changes where necessary. The space, the openings here is our slab. We have not yet placed the slab thickness. That is the openings. It's the slab thickness that has not been placed yet. So move over to the upper floor plan and we'll start making the changes. Now in the upper floor plan, as you can see, there is no door here. Neither is there any door here. We have windows in those areas. Then okay, then we have an offset. This particular wall have an offset of 2.1 instead of 1.5. So drag this to this edge. You can see the 2.1 at the WC dimension. So drag again of 2.1. So this is how it is there. So you can intersect it here. And also this one here. Alright, so this is how it is in our upper floor plan. There is cantilever over here, so we'll also repeat the same process here. We can split this wall because this particular wall is not enough. We can split it. Ctrl D, remove this edge over here. Ctrl D again. Move it to 2.1. Then overlap this, intersect. Then this one close over here. We can move the dimension back a bit to lap or align with this particular one. So that's one of the first things that I've been done, or we're starting with. Then this opening continues over here. So, but it's actually very small. Same thing happens here. So you can correct this particular one by clicking on this plus, then delete this one. Do the same thing here. Once you drag this plus shows, click on it, correct it, then delete this. Alright, so you can now place doors. You can now place doors. So you can make use of, it's actually meant to be double doors. I'm going to make use of double doors instead of these single doors over here. So I'm going to make use of double doors instead of single doors. And actually use single doors for yours. So for this, I'm going to make use of double doors. Alright, so after doing that, let's move to the back. Okay, there's actually a window here. There's a small window there, so you can actually pick this window, alternate key again, and place it at the center. We can go back also, repeat the same thing, and place the window. You can also centralize it if you want. Then, after doing that, we'll continue with other aspect of this design. So, which is, let's start with from this flat. But I've done the changes at the entrance porch and the WC. The main launch are the same, the dining are the same, the veranda is the same. Okay, the veranda has a door. The veranda has a door because it leads to the back of the house. So to have a door. Same thing with this one over here. It actually have a door. Alright, after placing the doors, this door swings to this other side. Yeah. Alright, after placing the doors, we'll move over to the kitchen. It's the same thing over here. Both in the, there's no cantilever, it's still 1 2. This one is still 3 3, so it's still the same thing. This one is still 3 3. This one is 3 9, so it's the same thing. The other bathroom has a bit cantilever of 1 block, while this particular room here has a cantilever of 900. So this particular room is going to have the same with this particular one, so you can actually intersect it. You can close this here. I can move this here. I can delete this. So this wall has a small adjustment of 1 block, which will make it 2 3, as you can see. So that is just the major thing that is being done at this side. So we can actually repeat it at the other side of the design. or building. We'll move over to the right hand side. We've already done the adjustment on the entrance porch and WC. I've done the same thing at the veranda. There's door here. So move over to this side. You do the same thing. You adjust so lap it with this. Do the same thing here. And turn this off and create this window right here. Make sure it's lapping while the same positioning with this one. Then trim this off. Okay, adjust this wall. To 2, 3. Alright, so we are done with the arrangement also on this side. So this is how the upper floor plan is also. This is how the upper floor plan is also. You can actually view it in our 3D. So this is how it is also. Alright. Since we are done with the first floor plan, remember our purpose for this design is to do a 2-story semi-detached flat. So we're going to have total of 6 flats, 2 in the ground floor plan, 2 in the first floor plan, then 2 in the second floor plan. So this is the first story. We have done the first story. So right now I want to do the second story. And if you watch, what separates the ground floor from this first story are the entrances. At the ground floor, you enter directly into your flat, but when you start living or going upstairs into the upper flat, you enter through the stair halls. So that is why the ground floor plan and the upper floor plan is different. Secondly, at the upper floor plan, we have a cantilever, so the size of the rooms tends to increase in size, though not in all design, but for this particular design there is an increment in size. There's a cantilever in some of the rooms, especially the ones in the front here, these 2 rooms, and also at the entrance porch. You can confirm that in your plan. This is the first floor plan. You can see the cantilever. This is the wall below, why this is the wall above, so there's a cantilever there. So right now I want to produce or draw the upper floor plan or the floor plan for the second story, for the second floor. So in the floor plan, both the shape, both the dimension for the first floor plan and the second floor plan are the same. So we just need to highlight everything here, click on Ctrl C, which is copy, or you right click and copy, see the same thing. Then you now move over to your second story, open your second story, then you click paste, Ctrl V, paste, or you right click and click paste, you see the same thing, click paste. So we have now successfully transferred everything we have in our first floor plan to our second floor plan. Remember, I did not change my position of my screen while I was highlighting. Remember, when I came to my first story, I highlighted everything here. I did not zoom in, I did not zoom out. I copied, I moved over to my second floor plan. I did not zoom in, I did not zoom out, and I paste. So ensure you do not zoom in or zoom out. If not, the one you are pasting will shift, will not lap directly on your floor plan or your structures or your designs below. So let's see what we have done in our 3D. So you can see, so this is now a full building, and this is our target. You can see our designs. We are target what are targets to design in your screen now. You can see the design. Well, I think you have seen it before. What our target design, what we're targeting to design at the end of this whole thing. So this is what we're targeting, and it's already looking beautiful. It's looking beautiful already. So It's very easy. That is why Akinias Academy is here for you. Our designs, our teachings are very easy to comprehend. So ensure you share, like, and subscribe to the YouTube channel for more amazing teachings like this. So since we are done here, we can actually open the floor plan. So there's nothing to do here. Everything here has been done because it's just a typical. It's the same plan as the first story. It's the same plan as the first story. So there's nothing to do there. So right now, let's start placing our DPC and our slab. Remember why all these spaces are here are because of what? The slab, or you can call it slab, which is professional name. It's also called decking. It's also called floor. So that is why the openings are here. That is why there are openings there. So right now, let's come back to our ground floor plan and start placing DPC and slab. So this is our ground floor plan. So we'll come to slab. I want to click on slab here or double click here. Maybe I will select the height of my slab, what I want it to be. So ensure that you change your slab to this. Ensure it's on this, not this. Then adjust your slab or your DPC height. This is this. Well, we want to use slab now to place for our DPC. So ensure that the height you want is placed there. So you can choose any height of your choice. The height is your choice. It's not fixed. It's not fixed. Yes. So I'm going to make use of 600 for this design. So and it's going to go to 0, which is correct. I can also work on my model, how I want it to be presented. So in the top, I might choose it to have something like a carpet color or tiles. I can choose the tiles. Then at the surface, I can choose a brick. While below, which is not seen, which is underground, I can then choose an earth material. We have an earth material in this design. You can see earth brown. So click OK. Remember, this top is the top of the this first side. The top surface of your DPC is your entrance, your flooring, the flooring of the ground floor plan. That is what it is. That's why I'm using tiles. Now this surface or edge surface is the exterior view of your DPC, how I want it to look like. If you want to use paint, you are free. If you want to use tiles, if you want to use bricks, you are free. All your choice. Why this bottom surface is the one that is below, you can't see it in your design. It is in the earth. That's why I use earth. So click OK. Then ensure that the geometric method is on polygonal, which is this one, because the design is irregular in shape. It's not square, it's not rectangle. So start with any edge of your choice and carefully pick all edges. You can make use of shift key to guide you to make sure that it is straight. Shift key helps you to make sure that it is straight. Whenever you do a mistake, you can press backspace. If you did not pick the right point, you can backspace. Click on your backspace to go back. That's just what happened there. So you can click on backspace to go back. So pick on all the edges. So we show all in 3D. So this is our DPC that has been placed. See how beautiful it is. So right now we can now place maybe our staircase, or rather our step. It's called better step. So this entrance step into this flat, the ground floor plan. Remember, this place is high, so I have to put a step here and also at the back. So we'll also make it of slab. Now, one of the simple methods to make use of it, you can make use of it. It has many methods, but I'm going to show you just one method to do that. Once you click on slab, you change your height to 450, then change this to -150, Maintaining the whole materials is okay. Okay, this is going to be minus 150, not 150, because it's going below. Minus 150, okay. So 2000 is okay. Remember, it's going to stop at 300, which is a foot. A thread is 300 in width, so we have pressed 1. So Ctrl Shift D, you duplicate it, come to the settings again. This one will be 300, while here will be minus 300. Okay, Ctrl Shift D, which is the last one. Here will be 150, while here will be minus 450. Okay, then we highlight all, Ctrl Shift D, move to the next place. We also have one in this entrance, this staircase entrance. Ctrl Shift D, move to the back of the building and repeat the same process. I have to rotate it. If it's too long, you can cut it a bit. So you can look at it again. So you can see the step I successfully placed at the front. You can check it at the back also. I will now put the slab on the first floor and the second floor, since we have placed the DPC and the step. Then to put the first slab on the first floor, come over to first floor, which is first story. Once you open, then go to slab. Remember, it's already on slab. Open slab, then change the thickness, slab thickness to 150. It's going to be placed at 0. Then you can then work on your materials, how you want it to be represented. The top, remember this is now the decking, which is the slab, the first floor slab. The top of the slab is then the interior, the floor of the first story. So right now I cannot make it ties, while the side of the slab is the wall. It is covered as wall, so you can make it as a wall material used, which is brick, natural white. Then the bottom of the slab is now the roof or the ceiling of the ground floor plan, which is, we cannot make use of ceiling material, which is ceiling tiles. Then we'll click OK. Then we'll also make sure that it's at geometrical method polygonal. Then we'll go around the house, pick up edges carefully and successfully. You can zoom in clearly to pick the edge rightly. You can zoom in and zoom out freely. Ensure you get all the right edges. So after doing that, you can now see what we have done by showing on 3. So you can see we are no more seeing that open face. The slab has been placed successfully. You can see how beautiful it is and neat. Then we can repeat the same process very easily now. Since the slab of the first floor is the same thing as the slab of the second floor, so you can highlight the slab, Ctrl C, copy, or highlight, or right click and click on copy any of them. Don't zoom your screen, don't zoom in, don't zoom out. Go to your second story and paste, or Ctrl V. After pasting, right click and click OK. So right now we are done with it. You can see that we have designed almost successfully our project. What we intend to design has been done already. So this is how to successfully design semi-detached block of flat or residential building, any name you call it in your area. It has different names across countries and within states. So any name you call it in your area, this is how to design it very easily. This house is very common in Africa. It's very common in Africa. So knowing how to design it is of top priority, because most of your clients will definitely ask you to design something like this for them. So without wasting much time, then we can now go into the roofing. Let's roof the house as quickly as possible. So we already have different tutorial videos in this channel on how to roof, even the next video that will be coming on this channel. The next video after this one is going to be on roofing too. So to roof this house also, you come to the third floor. So after opening the second floor, the last floor, this is the second story building. After opening it, we need to roof the house at the floor above this second story. So the floor above the second story is not showing, which is the third story, is not showing yet. So how to add it is by clicking Ctrl 7, then click insert above. You have inserted the third story, then you click OK. So this is now the fourth story, or rather the third story. This is now the third story. You can see it here. It has now successfully been placed. Then the roof will make use of slab. We can easily do concrete facial roofing, step roofing very fast. We'll make use of slab, change the thickness to maybe 100 at 0 correctly, then change all the materials to white. Any white material, we will change it to white. So let's look for a white material. Okay, paint titanium white is okay. We'll change all to paint titanium white. Any white material you have in your own Archicad, you use. So click OK, and we'll place it also using the same process. You can zoom in clearly to see the point carefully. Can zoom in carefully to see the point clearly. So you pick all edges. The roofing follow the edges of the wall or the structure coming below it. So we will now lap it on the last one, which should look like a hammer. So now we will now offset it, because roofing has an offset. Since we are using concrete fascia, we will offset using concrete fascia. Once you pick an edge, any edge at all, any of these black dots, once you pick any of them, this dialog shows. Then you click on offset all edges. Then you can offset by maybe 300, because this is the first offset. You can also confirm what you have done, so you can see what we have done. So this is what we have done. Then we can go back to the third story. We'll pick the edge again, Ctrl Shift D. We have picked the concrete fascia, the first step we have done. We'll pick it, we'll place it back, so we'll duplicate it, then we'll offset it by 100 again. Now the one we offset, we have to increase the height by 100. So you need to come over here by what? 100. So to lap on the first one, but it's going to increase. So let's see what we've done. So you can see that's what we've done. So we'll do it again. Let's do like 3 steps. So remember, I pick the one I want to offset next. Ctrl Shift D, which is drag a copy, place it back, offset it again by 100. Your offset distance is your choice. So just follow the same principles or the same steps. Then now we'll now add extra 100. This is now be 200. So we have done this successfully. So you can now see the fascia. Now let's place our roofing. We'll come over to roof, double click. You can change your angle if you want to any angle that suits you. I can change mine to 35. there will be no offset because I've used concrete fascia for offset already, so offset will be 0. Then your roof materials, you can select your roof material yourself, or you can choose any one you want, or you can leave the one that Archicad is giving you. But let me just change this to white and leave this one like this. Then I'll click OK. Okay, let me go back to my roof settings. I'll change this structure to basic. Then I'll click OK. Then also the same thing, ensure that your roof construction method is at what? Complex roof, because the roof edges are not rectangle or square, so we have to make sure that it's a complex roof, so as to pick all roof edges. So we start picking the edges that are most external, start picking the last edges, so that is where the roof is going to lap on. So I've placed the roof. So now let's open an elevation to ensure that the roof is placed very well. So we can open an elevation. So you can see that the roof is a bit high. So you can click it and bring it down with Ctrl D. Pick at the right edge and place it down. Wow, so this is our roof that has been done successfully. So this is how you can easily design semi-detached residential duplex of 2-story building from scratch to finish. So the rest thing can be easily done. You can now add aesthetics to your designs. So in our next video, in our next 2 videos, we'll show you how to add aesthetics to this design and how to render it. Ensure you like, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. See you.